guys, Mason Lego 123 here. This time doing another LEGO Marvel superhero set review. This time, as you can see, is on another Captain America Civil War set. This time it is on set 76050. This is Crossbones Hazard Heist. It includes the Falcon, Black Widow and Crossbones there. And then you can see Iron Man and Captain America at the top there. And then on the back we can see basically all of the features of the set. So now let's take a look at the minifigures. So starting off with the Falcon here. As you can see, he's got some really nice torso detailing there. Now he does have just plain grey legs, and I'll show you in a minute how there's a pretty easy way to make those look pretty cool. He does come with two of these alien conquest guns, and then they can see his wings there, and then his face detailing. And he does use Finn's hair from Star Wars The Force Awakens, which is a pretty cool hairpiece. And then on the back here you can see he's got Red Wing, which is of course his little drone. And then you can see there's a sticker on there that says Mark 82. So you can kind of launch him off like that. And then there you can see the back of the wings and the back of the face. And then when you take this off, there you can see his back detailing, which looks pretty cool. And then, as I mentioned with kind of fixing the legs, if you do have the 2013 War Machine, the legs on this guy do pretty much work perfectly. So you can just use those on him like so. So yeah, that is it for the Falcon. Now moving on to the next minifigure. So moving on to Black Widow here. As you can see, she is in the same version that we got in Age of Ultron, which is still a pretty cool minifigure. Obviously, basically everything about this minifigure is wrong, except for the face, which isn't too accurate, but it does look a lot better in person. So obviously her hair is definitely wrong. And then there you can see her back detailing and second face. And then obviously she does come with this electric baton. But yeah, that's it for Black Widow. Okay minifigure. It's nice to get her in a cheap set, since this version was only available in last year's Quinjet, but it is pretty inaccurate. And so yeah, now moving on to the next. So on to Crossbones here. Now as you can see, I'm not really sure why they use this rebreather piece. You can kind of just move it around, and then there you can see his face detailing, which is fairly accurate to his helmet piece. Obviously underneath the eyes aren't yellow, and it does come with this little flamethrower, which is pretty cool. Now the torso detailing is really nice, and I am overall quite impressed with this minifigure. And then there you can see the back detailing and the back of the head with the back of the helmet there. And I am overall quite impressed with this minifigure, except for the lead detailing and why they chose to add this rebreather piece. But you don't even have to put that on, they just kind of throw it in there for no apparent reason. And then he does look much better when you take that off, so there, like so. So yeah, that's it for Crossbones. Now onto the actual set. So the main part of the set itself is basically just these two vehicles. Obviously here we have got Black Widow's bike. So you can see we've got two stickers on there, one on each side with the Avengers logo. And then there is space for her extra baton, because of course she does come with two. And then you can sit her on here and then place her hand on the handlebar, like so. And then she can have one arm holding the baton while she drives the bike, and then obviously have the other one on the back there. So yeah, you can kind of have her riding the bike like so, and it is a pretty decent bike, and yeah, nice to get in the set. But on to Crossbones' actual Jeep here. This is a really nice build, and there is a really nice play feature with this, which I'll show you in a minute. As you can see, definitely got a nice rugged design to it, and you can see that is a sticker there on the front. And this does look really nice, and the colour scheme is pretty cool as well. You can see we do also have this gun, which you can give to Crossbones. It kind of just clips on there. And there are some more stickers with kind of damage to the side of the vehicle. And this at the top you can pull off, and then you can have Crossbones kind of hold on to the handles of it. And it does contain two stud shooters, so you can pull that off and then just start firing from the ground. So the two stud shooters there, and there is a sticker on that. And then when you take that off, it is a lot easier to see inside this thing. So there is a steering wheel, and you can put Crossbones in there like so. It's pretty easy to get him in. And you can see we've got two little danger symbols with kind of a toxic symbol on the back with the skull and Crossbones. And basically what you can do is you can kind of have Falcon come in, or Red Wing. You kind of have them come in, and then you can hit this little bit which sticks off the back. It's really nice how they made this like half a stud showing off. so it really doesn't make a massive thing sticking out the back. You just hit that, and then these two pieces come flying off like so, and then you get this little briefcase which contains some hazardous material in, which inside is just a clear stud, a clear 1x1 round flat tile, and then you can actually attach that to Red Wing and he can kind of fly off with it to bring it to the new Avengers. And then on the back here you can see kind of where that connects on, so you just get the two halves like so and put them on. And yeah, that's basically it for Crossbones Jeep. And there you can see it's got a little Crossbones kind of thing there and more damage. So yeah, that's basically it for the main part of the set. Now onto the ratings. So quickly before we get onto the ratings for the set, let's just take a quick look at the instructions here. As you can see, same as the front of the box. And then we've got the win with the pirate there, advertisement for Lego Club and the Avengers game, and then basically just an advertisement for all of the new Civil War sets, which I have reviewed the Black Panther Pursuit, and then obviously we just have the build. And then on with the comic book that is included, which is a pretty cool comic. As you can see, Civil War on the front there, it's kind of a little pose. And then this is kind of the Crossbones part of the set, so pause if you want to read that. And then pause if you want to read that. Basically, any part of this comic, just pause if you want to see it. So it is a pretty cool comic and doesn't really spoil too much of the movie, which is a good thing, because it means that if you get the sets and read the comics, you're not going to be spoiled with the movie and not enjoy the movie as much as you would. And then on the back you can see we have got the minifigures for the Civil War line. So onto the ratings for the set. So overall, onto the ratings. Overall, I'm going to give this set a 9. This is definitely a pretty cool Civil War set. And other than basically the minifigures, which the minifigures are probably the biggest disappointment in this set, they are still pretty cool. Would have been nice to get leg detailing for Falcon and Crossbones, and it would have been nice to get a new Black Widow. But the minifigures we do get are still pretty cool. And it is a nice little build here for Red Wing, even though it is really quite big. And of course the Jeep is a really nice build, and so is the little bike for Black Widow. So overall, this is definitely a pretty cool set, and if you are into the Civil War stuff, then I definitely recommend this for you. And so yeah, that's it for this review, so please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye!